everyone, welcome back. Welcome to anyone who's new, and welcome to my old faithfuls. I appreciate you all being here. I'm going to work on a new project, and I sort of started it because I had to figure out exactly how I wanted to do it, and I'm still not 100% sure, so this is going to be a trial run. I was going to do the trial run without sharing it with you guys, but I thought, oh, what the heck, you know, if you're gonna make mistakes, you might as well share those too. We'll see. Hopefully you'll see this video. So I have two of these 2024 planners. One is for my YouTubing and creativity stuff, and the other one is for personal stuff. And so I really like these planners a lot. You can go to a month and you have the whole month here, and then each week has a day, and it's plenty of room to write in. Even Saturday and Sunday, a lot of them, they just give you like a half block for Saturday and Sunday, and it's got a notes section. So in case you're curious, this is by Glare. This is the name of the company. And I got this in Walmart, and it wasn't that expensive. So, what I did was I figured out the measurements, I wrote them out, and then I immediately screwed it up because it's math. And when I have to do numbers, something happens to my brain and it like gets this weird block in it. So those are my numbers. The planner is 8 3/4 by 11. I said add a 1/2 inch, right? For the seam and, you know, seam allowance and everything all the way around. That's the open size. So what I did was I just opened it like this, measured it, right? And then I have 2 flaps that are going to go on the inside. And I had to remember to, now this is batting. Bear with me. The batting won't be doubled in size, but the fabric will be doubled in size. So this will actually be only half of this. Let's not go there. It's math. It's Martha math. So at least I cut it too big and not too small, right? So this will be the inside of the book cover. It'll be on the inside. So say this is the inside of the book cover, and this will be here. So the flap of the book can go in here, okay? And there will be one on this side as well. Okay, so I tore the fabric I wanted. I was using some of my jelly printed fabric, brain. I was using some of my jelly printed fabric. I tore the fabric, and I did not allow for the book folding in half and this space here. So this is about, I think it's a 1/2 inch, thereabouts. And so I messed up, and I ended up having too small of a piece of fabric. Hey, I told you, I'm working it out. Now I've made other book covers. I'll get one and show you. I didn't get it before I started, but I will stop the camera and go get it. But before I do that, so I had to cut my batting for the book larger than I did my original piece of batting. And I had to make sure I added the binding of the book, which I didn't do at first, which is what the 1/2 inch is for. So I ended up making the cover 9.5 by 11.5 and the flaps, right? But the fabric will have to be doubled. The fabric will have to be this size, but the batting only needs to be half because I don't want it to be that bulky. I hope I'm making sense. Anyway, so, and you have to make 2 of those. So you also have to account for shrinkage if you're quilting it heavily or hand stitching it heavily, because it'll draw that in. And yeah, so this will never get washed because this is acrylic ink and I didn't use the GAC 900 to make it fabric, you know, washable safe. So if I do anything with it, if it gets dirty, it'll have to be spot cleaned. Anyway, so I wanted it to be fairly simple. I just did a running stitch around the edge. Some of that, I hope I didn't get too close to the edge, because if I did, that running stitch is going to disappear. But really it was just to kind of put an edging on it and to sort of hold it to the batting. That's really all that was for. Now I'm not putting the lining on first because that'll come at the end. So pull up a project, pull up a cup of tea. I'm just going to stitch these on, and I don't know, we'll just chat, I guess. Not that I have a whole lot to talk about, because honestly, I don't go anywhere, I don't do anything, I don't have any friends, so except all of you. And yeah, so I don't have a whole heck of a lot interesting to talk about. Sounds like a fun video, huh? You sure you don't want to turn it off and run now? I wouldn't blame you. Some of my videos lately have been very scatterbrained and kind of all over the place. All right, that's not what I want. That's not the thread I want. I don't know why I'm messing with that. Where is the thread I want? I really don't have this, whoops, this sorted very well to begin with, actually. So there may be some stops and goes in this video. If there are, I will try and make it pretty seamless if I can. And I hope you'll stick around. I hope you pull up your own project and, you know, work on something of your own. Boy, what color am I going to choose for this? I want this kind of, I don't know. Do any of these work? Maybe that one. My mind has been pretty boggled lately because I really am not used to working on more than one project at a time. I'm used to picking up a project and going from beginning to end, and whether that takes, you know, one sit down, an hour, or whether it takes a lot more time than that. That's kind of pretty. I can go with that one. You know, whether it takes weeks, anything, whether it has to do with like crochet, or it has to do with stitching, or it has to do, that was already pre-cut, with anything. I am used to being a one project at a time person. So right now I have, I believe, 4 projects going. Not to mention one in my head as an extra. And so it's been hard for me to switch back and forth. Let me know if you are used to working on more than one project at a time, and if that is exhilarating to you, or if that is like as overwhelming to you as it is to me. Because honestly, I'm just lost some days. I just get going on a project and I'm like, well, I can't finish that because I have to do it on camera, and I need to work on this other project so it's done in time, and you know, it's got to go along with the rhythm of maybe why the project is being done, like the project for the Roxy Creations volume 5 that I'm doing, the pouch. We're in month 1, which is project 1. And I did a video on it yesterday, and I'm not thrilled with the video. I am indecisive, I'm stammering, I'm flipping it over a million times. The camera angle wasn't quite right. Uh-oh. Shoot. Oh no. This is bad. Let's see. Can I figure out where this went? Is that through there? Wowza. Oh, I am making a huge mess out of this. Hold on. Okay, had to unthread to get that untangled. It never fails. On camera is so much harder than off. So yesterday, after the video, all these ideas came into my head, and I was able to work on the project, and I think I worked on it for 4 hours after that. Just doing stitching, just sitting here doing stitching, and I went until I think 5:30 or so, and finally my eyes and my hands were just so tired. I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is not going to continue to work for me. So yeah, it was a long day. My eyes get very tired from using the LED lights, and so but it ended up being a good outcome. But that part wasn't on camera. So I feel really bad that, I'm posting that video, but it's what I went through and it was the content I have. So I'm not supposing it's going to get many views, but that's okay. I'm not here for the views. I'm here to make things that please me and to share whatever I can with all of you, and hopefully to inspire you. I really do get the biggest kick out of when someone says to me they want to join in and do something. So I hope that the explanation of the measurements was correct or was clear for you. So if you have a book, a calendar, a planner, you have something that you love to use and you want to put a soft cover on it, this is easy enough to do, and especially if you don't hate math. And I will more than likely put it together on the sewing machine, but I'm not 100% sure. And you'll have to let me know if you're interested in this in the comments. Say, yes, show us the machine sewing part of it. I mean, it's simple enough. I could put it together by hand. I really think that as long as I can continue to get this size planner, I would probably use this cover every year. So I'm making it fairly simple. I'm not putting like the year on it, because this book cover could fit other books if they're the right size. And like I said, I have made these in the past out of other fabrics. I gave several of them away, and of course now I'm kicking myself that I did that. But anyway, back before I was slow stitching and stuff like that, and I did whip them up on the sewing machine. So yeah, so I do hope this finds you all well and stitching on your own projects. Sound off below in the comments and let me know what you're working on. And if you're stitching along with the Roxy Creation crew or anybody else, give them a mention below and let me know what you're doing. Now that I've started the pouch and I'm into that, I'm wondering let's get that out of there before I stab myself. I'm wondering what the next project will be for February. They're supposed to be doing like useful items, and I don't know that I'll do every single month, I do have one other project I want to get started, but this one was calling to me because I pull this planner out almost every day. Unlike my personal planner, I probably could have really gone with just one planner because I don't have a lot of personal stuff going on. You know, like many older people, about the only thing I write down anymore is doctor's appointments. So there's that. Guess I didn't need to go that far in, but I wanted to outline the wing because I didn't cut it all the way down to there, though I could. So Tony is off visiting Blue the horse, and it's supposed to be in the 50s today, Fahrenheit, of course. But I just didn't want to go. I'm sure it's muddy out there. I should have gone, get my butt out of the house. I could have walked around the farm a little bit, gotten some fresh air. The sun is out. It was supposed to be cloudy all day, but the sun is out, and I'm not complaining. But I sit way, way, way too much here. So I got up and I showered and all that good stuff, all that self-care stuff you got to do. And then I stripped the bed of the sheets and oops. Wow, probably couldn't have done that if I tried. I went back through the same hole and pulled the threads right out. I've done it a few times, but if I had tried to do that because something went wonky, I would have never been able to shoot for that hole and get it right. And started the laundry for the sheets and pillowcases, and so that stuff's in the dryer now. I don't know if you can hear the hum in the background. Usually I have my door shut to the room because Tony tends to live his life while I'm recording, and I feel awkward. Like, it's really weird. Like, I don't know why, but I feel awkward recording in front of him. Just strange. Anyway, I'm a strange person. In case you haven't figured that out, welcome to my world. And so, anyway, I am doing this one, and if I'm not bored of it by the time I'm done doing it, I'm going to make one for the personal planner as well. I don't know, soft fabricy color covers, book covers are just fun. I mean, you can make it out of paper too, really. And I don't know why I'm having such trouble. I think it's the batting. Problem's pulling this needle through, really, to be honest. Not the head of it. I mean, not the point of it, but the eye of it seems to be giving me difficulty. And I've been using this needle on a lot of projects, and yeah, it's probably getting dull, but like I said, it's not the point of it I'm having a problem with. It's the eye. I'm going to tie this off before it gets any shorter because honestly, I am frugal and I don't like to waste thread. However, the struggle of being stingy with thread and trying to get every last nth out of it is just too frustrating for me. It's not worth it for me. Unless it's the very last of the thread and I only have, 2 stitches to go. And yeah, this is going to be very simple. So I think what I'm going to do is continue to stitch on this off cam. Whoops, I did it again. I think there's a song by that name. by an artist I'm not particularly fond of. Okay, but I'm going to continue this, and I will be back when I'm closer to being done, or when I'm ready to choose. I don't know what fabric I'm making the flaps out of yet. It'll probably have to be another piece of the jelly printed fabric that I made, and I will show you what I mean about the flaps to hold the cover in. I'm also going to put, hopefully I remember to do it when I'm making it, when I'm putting it together, assembling it. I want to put some sort of bookmarker in it. And I did that on some of the other book covers I made as well. So I will have to remember to do that, because when I get in front of the sewing machine, I generally tend to worry about all the steps, but I also worry about whether my brain is straight about whether I'm assembling it correctly. And what happens is I tend to forget a step here and there, even if I write it down. I mean, I've followed videos before, and I've, tried to put things together, even things that I have done probably 20 times. And I will tend to forget one step, and I'm like, ugh, I have to tear that whole thing out and start again. So, okay, I'm going to finish stitching this. If I was doing it by machine, it would have been done by now. So sometimes machine work is way more convenient and fun, but I really do like the look of the hand stitching. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I've got my bits stitched down, just simply, little tacking stitches. I didn't want to go into great detail on this one, maybe on the next one, if I do the next one. And I had to pull out my little silicone thimble because my middle finger is getting very sore. Lots of stitching lately. Okay. Now, let me show you the one that I've made previously. Now, I went through a stage where I was using a lot of puff paint. Don't laugh, please. Let me see. I think this is up high enough. And so I puff painted the front and the back, all from stencils, not freehand at all. I mean, stencils. Drew them on and then went over it with puff paint. Anyhow, not bad, I don't think. I did put handles in on this one, which makes it nice to carry a book around. And I also have a ribbon here. And this is just made out of I don't even know what this fabric is. I don't even know if I can buy it anymore. It's almost like a canvasy, it's heavier than muslin, but I really like it. And so it does have a lining, and the flap on this one I only made single layer because I could just fold that under, but this is way heavier than cotton. But you can see there's no seams showing here, so it is sewn to the inside. So you have to allow for seam allowance there. I don't have a book that it will fit into it at this point in time. This is sort of a paperback-ish size. So this is what I'm shooting for without the handles. I'm probably on this flap, if I remember to do it while I'm sewing, I would like to put like a little pencil holder. I like to write in pencil because I'm constantly changing how I enter things, and if I use a pen, it becomes a mess. I don't like messy planners. So anyway, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comments, like I said earlier, if you want to see me put this together by machine or not. and I may give that a try. Can't guarantee it's going to be real easy to watch, but yeah. So everybody have a great day and happy crafting, and thanks for joining me on this little project that I've decided to do. And I'll see you in the next one in a few days. Thanks. Bye.